Hi, what's up, stoners? Welcome to the local band Smokeout.
What up, dude?
Yo!
Oh, hey, there you are, buddy.
Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Antlerhead!
Give me a hell yeah! Yes!
Fellas, I appreciate you joining today. Thank you so much. I'm glad. He said you jumped out to smoke. I was like, hey, just tell him to come smoke with us on here, have a little drink, whatnot. It's going to be a party. We're going to have some fun. This would be a good time. My co-host today is Cody. He's the drummer of a group called Echo Break. Cody, this is Ty and Neff.
Right on.
Fellas, thank you so much for joining. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
First, for those that may not know who you handsome lads are, can you please properly introduce yourself? Let me know whereabouts in the world you are at the moment. Plug and promote anything and everything.
My name is Ty, and what'd you say? Where we're from? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I sing and play guitar and write music in a band called Antlerhead, and we are based out of Indianapolis, Indiana. And what do we have to plug? I don't know. We
actually have a new single that we're working on. We've got No Tail.
Oh, we've got a single that's not out yet. So
we've got a single that's.
It's coming.
Recently,
we're playing Garden Party. We've got Post Fest.
So we released a song last summer called Seen It All. It's a single that we've been pushing. That's been getting a lot of from that one. I think that's what you were talking to me earlier about, BG, is that's the one that you discovered or whatever.
That is correct.
And then we released an instrumental version of a song called Reconstruct, and then shortly after that got announced for Post Festival, which is actually held here in Indianapolis. It's coming up in July, so that's kind of that's the only.
You got a lot to plug. That was a lot of stuff. Hell yeah. Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
Oh, and we need a van. So
van needed.
We did our van did break down. Yeah.
Dang, that's got to be the
Anyway,
worst.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, buddy.
So my name's Tim Neff. I kind of play everything on stage at this point. Do a little bit of bass, a little bit of beat boops. I shake some things. I yell some things.
Nice.
Running tracks. Having a grand old time. It's my job to have a grand old time. I feel like a concierge at a hotel that has a large party at all times. And I just at my my DJ station, which I'm actually using right now. I just, everyone's coming along and I'm just dancing. I'm like, welcome. How long are you staying?
A man of many crafts, you say, by the way. So you play just about anything. Hell yeah. So let's do some questions before we let you guys jam for a little bit. But I mean, obviously the one I want to ask, because I just discovered you 2 weeks ago. How did you come up with a band name? And tell me one or two really crappy band names that almost became the band name besides Antlerhead.
Okay. So, Antlerhead. When I came up with the name, I at the time was with my ex, who first of all, she kind of had just a bunch of decor of skulls and antlers just all over the house, and I was kind of doing the classic looking around the room, looking for anything in the room that could inspire a name. I was like, what do we see? I got a microphone, I got some speakers here. How about speakers? No, that's a dumb name. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, we got antlers. And I started tossing around some names. I also found a bunch of notebooks from high school that had some old drawings where I guess when I was in high school, I just did all these doodles that were humanoids that had antlers. I don't know what that was about. Maybe it's subliminal residual from watching that Fall Out Boy music video that just never left my head. I'm talking about Sugar We're Going Down.
Yep.
And so I had this sort of idea of what I wanted to, a kind of a direction for the name, and bad names that didn't make it were a top contender was Bonehead, because I was like, oh, it's it sounds stupid, but what if we roll with the we're quirky and it's ironic kind of name? And I had a friend who I really respect, who I ran that by him, and he was like, "That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Don't fucking call yourself that." And I was
That's
like, "Okay,
hilarious.
Antlerhead is my second choice," and he was like, "Yeah, I would stick with that."
There you go. So that's, yeah, I agree. That's way better. Cody, what question do you have for the fellas before we play some music?
All right, so when you are writing your music, what kind of things get you into the mood to just be like, yeah, this is what we're doing today?
What kind of things get me horny for writing?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good question. Not the horny, but
I guess it depends on like you're talking about like as a like different times, like as a group, like as a person himself, or because like
whether you're writing as a group or whether you're writing by yourself.
So thus far in the band, so the band as of I think next month will be 6 years old, and the group that we have with us right now is like 2 years old now. So like we have the crew that we have with us is a 2-year-old crew, but up till recently it's been me with a handful of different players, and so it's basically basically been all me thus far, so we haven't had a whole lot of opportunities to kind of write collectively yet.
We all live in different cities. By the way.
we do live in different cities, so it's a lot of me just like coming up with the ideas, and then I kind of share them, and then we put them together remotely, or honestly, a lot of it's just me saying, I wrote this whole thing, play it. Anyway, when I'm writing, a lot of what the question was, what gets me in the mood to write? Is that how you asked it?
Yeah, like what kind of things put you in the mood for your writing?
I think a cliche but true answer would be anything that makes any situation that comes up that makes me feel anything deeply, like, which is usually something that's triggering or frustrating, which I know that's probably a cliche and probably every songwriter says that, but my main kind of mantra that I live by is they say write what you know, and so I don't know, anything that a lot of what I know and what I write about is my life up until a few years ago was being like an evangelical Christian guy, and I know Neff shares the same past. We were both kind of brought up in that thing, and then Neff and I are both actually divorced, and so like there's a lot of that that's just like, okay, as a ex kind of church guy, yeah, as like an ex-church guy, we all left that faith, and then like we both have this experience of getting married
the wine.
Yeah, getting married and divorced within the context of that belief system. A lot of what we write about, or I write about specifically. Oh shoot, I gotta plug my computer in very soon before I get booted off this call.
Can I like take over?
Yes,
I'll,
please.
I'll tag in. So like, I met Ty probably over 10 years ago, and it was like through buddies. I had toured with some friends, and then was deciding I was gonna move back to Indiana. Didn't know where I was gonna be, and ended up meeting Ty at a worship gig, and the drummer was someone I used to tour with, and I ended up staying with Ty and his family, and so. There's actually some of these songs that I have heard on my couch for years, but I was always wrapped up in my own bullshit. So like, but I was like, man, these are great songs. You need to do something with them. And so now it's kind of cool to come back in and be on this new side of it, of like playing these songs live and now being part of that, but having these memories of like hearing Saved be sang on my couch for the first time.
That is cool.
That's great.
So like it's a really weird thing that we're in, that like we are kind of like in this space of like being Ty's champion of his songwriting, but like he's like entrusted us with like some grooves and some other things that, you know, is different live, and you're gonna get what we bring to it. But like, just because we don't have a whole lot of time together, like our way that like we know that we're gonna have a good day or set the mood for like working on something is probably, in all honesty, some I think you should leave, some pizza and some beer in Kyle's basement with, you know,
Kyle's our drummer.
Yeah, being in our drummer's basement with knowing that like we still got like probably 4 or 5 hours left to enjoy being around each other before we have to, you know, go back and get back to the grind and shit. So
yeah, to kind of bounce off of what he just said, I would agree that a big part of what kind of motivates us to write is the fact that when we do get together, we have a very limited time. Like he said, we're all in different cities, and
so you pre-plan what you're gonna do for sure.
Oh my god, yeah, dude.
Like to a T, I imagine.
Yeah, because there's honestly no time to really fuck around.
Yeah.
Which it's a very fun and productive environment because I genuinely love working with all these guys, and they're all so good. But like when we get together, by the time I leave, I've got like a headache and like I'm so hungry because we've put like all of this energy into making sure we can cram as much as we can into the you know, let's say I know Neff and I, we travel 2 hours to go meet with these guys when we get together. So when we get there, we're like, there's no time to dick around. Like if we need to, like, let's order some food or something, and so we can take care of ourselves. But we only have like 5 hours, so we have to make every second count. So when we do very much plan everything out, I'll have like very strict song structures, and like I've already come up with my lyrics and everything. And then it's like, okay, cool. What will we do here? But it's not even like a jam session. It's like, here is exactly how the drums go. If you were to play this drum beat, what kind of flair would you add to it to make it you, but like keep this vibe, you know what I'm saying? And then like, Neff, you're playing synth over here. I want an organ patch, but like, give me something tasty, you know? Stick with this vibe, but
I got
do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Here's some retuned dogs barking.
Yeah, it's
that's funny.
It's you got to keep it down to something pretty strict when we're working on in that context, you know. So
hell yeah. I know Seen It All is kind of like the single that we're pushing right now, and it is a superb track. It's the first one I ever heard from you guys, but having kind of gone through a lot of your catalog, Go to Sleep and Yellow Fox like really resonated with me, those particular tracks. And if it's okay with you, can I play a little bit of Yellow Fox?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Please.
We're hanging out with Antlerhead. I highly encourage you to hit the subscribe button just like I have. Go on Spotify, hit the follow button. You'll be thoroughly pleased, I promise.
I love this ASMR intro.
And of course, because you guys are our guests, we're going to throw you on the poll. But so we talked off stream a little bit, Ty, about how Circus Survive and Harvard and bands like that just resonate with you as far as just bands you appreciate. Is there like an oddball artist that we wouldn't expect? Maybe it's a completely different genre that has like highly impacted your music.
Man, I'm honestly a huge fan of like top 40 pop.
Like Dua Lipa and stuff like that?
Yes, I'm not kidding. Dua Lipa is like
I
one
love
of my
her.
all-time favorites.
I love
Dua
her.
Lipa, Harry Styles, I've been so into, and that latest record is just flawless.
It is dope.
Miley Cyrus, I can't, you know, it's
Flowers is good.
pretty-
I like that song.
Yeah, pretty. Oh yeah, Flowers. Is that what you said?
Yeah, and Party in the USA, of course.
Yeah. My top stuff is pretty corny, cliche as far as that stuff goes, but it's very much like I grew up on Green Day, and then like as a guitarist was like, oh man, like Circus Survive is very I love all the weird stuff they're doing on guitar. I love to just dick around on guitar, and I love all my fucking weird pedals. So Like let's make it sound weird like they would. And then obviously I know I get the Circus Survive reference. I have a rather higher register voice. But when I'm writing, I like to take influence from a lot of singer-songwriter stuff and a lot of production tips and songwriting tips from just like top 40 pop that I enjoy. So listening to Dua Lipa lay down a killer soulful vocal that has a mad hook, but then also incorporates cowbell, and you're like, I've never heard cowbell sound so fucking cool. How do I put that in my song? And how do I make a song that just like she gets straight to the point? There's not a whole lot of dicking around like, oh, there's a cool guitar riff here for no reason. It's just like verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, and the whole thing slaps all the way through. I'm like, okay, cool. If I'm holding a guitar in my hands and I want to dick around like Circus Survive, how do I make every point of the song fun for me to play, but also enjoyable for you to listen to? Because I don't want it to be so self-indulgent that you get bored and you're like, what the fuck is this band doing? Like, they're just playing guitar for the sake of playing guitar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I totally get it. And speaking of playing guitar, I think you have a little some prepared for us today. Am I right?
Are you gonna make me spit red wine on my voice?
This is why you're not allowed to wear white.
We got him.
Great. All right.
Got him. All right, I'm gonna mute everything on my end so we don't cause any sound interruption, mic wise.
Okay. Can you still hear if I? Can you hear everything? Okay. All right. So sorry, I'm a little bit out of tune. Welcome to winter in the Midwest, and
gotta love it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's take it away. I have seen it all. I have seen it with my own two eyes. I have seen it all. I have seen it a million times. I have seen it all. I have seen it with my own two eyes. I have seen it all. I have seen it all a million times. I grew out my hair and my beard getting long. Even so, sometimes it still don't look like Jesus at all. Have my eyes become the stomach? Do I feed them alone? I don't read, speak, or listen. I only watch my phone, and I can't shake it out. I've prayed and prayed, but nothing stays. I can't sleep it off. I've prayed and prayed, but nothing stays around. Take my love away. Take the teeth out of my lower jaw, so I can't bite anything. So I can't even chew on food for thought. Oh, and I can't shake it out. I've prayed and prayed, but nothing stays. I can't sleep it off. I've prayed and prayed, but nothing stays around. And nothing stays around. Nothing stays around. shake it out. I've prayed and prayed, but nothing stays. I can't sleep it off. I've prayed and prayed, but nothing stays. I can't shake it out. And I have seen it all. I can't sleep it off. I've prayed and prayed, but nothing stays around.
Give me a hell yeah!
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was so good. Like, for real.
Thank you so much.
That was incredible. Hell yeah.
How the fuck you guys get Stone Cold Steve Austin on the show? Damn.
we got a free plug from Stone Cold, but you guys have been, you said you've been part of the band. Well, you created the band Tide 6 years ago. What's a common mistake you see bands that are just starting up make in the industry? I imagine you play with tons and tons and tons of locals. What's a common mistake you see them making in the industry?
And there's so much off the top of my head. I would say, number one, thinking anyone gives a shit. Assuming anyone gives a shit. Like, there's this thing with musicians, and I understand I'm a musician. I understand the irony of me saying this. I think musicians are so, like, rock band dudes are so, like, everyone thinks they're the shit because they can play. And it's kind of like, yeah, I know you can play. We wouldn't fucking be here if you couldn't. Like, that should be a given. I bet you're good at guitar. I bet you're good at drums. I don't fucking care. Tell me why I should care. You can't just get yourself on the bill of a show and not promote it and assume that all your friends think that you're so cool just because you're a musician. Musicians think they're the shit. And you might be, but at your instrument, like you might be really fucking good, but like, convince me why I should care. You can't just does that make sense?
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I see a lot of bands not promoting and just having this like undeserved ego, and then being weird about, like, they'll play a hometown show at their super DIY entry level venue and they're like, I don't know why nobody came. And it's like, well, dude,
It's
you
not
didn't.
It's not a great location.
Well, yeah, sometimes the venue just sucks and people don't want to go there. I might know a couple of those. But there's also, like, did you tell your friends, or did you make one post on your Instagram story passively and just assume people are going to see it, love it, and show up? You know what I mean? Like, that's not, we could hope, but that's really not the reality of guaranteeing you get people in the door and then fueling your little ego, So that's, I don't know. That's my always off the top of my head what I think of when I think of kind of amateur entry level stuff that I would give advice to people about. It's just,
It's a great answer.
Assume. I think I operate from a starting point of I assume no one gives a shit about me and or knows about me, and it is my job to introduce you to the music and then convince you why you should care. It's my job to do that for you. If I care about you caring about me, I should give you a reason to care.
It's our job to make memories and moments and shit,
Yeah.
Yep.
And like the moment you're not trying to do that, like you're one fucking job for 15 minutes, like
Right.
it's
You got to kill it when you're on stage.
Yeah.
you have to give it and care,
No, I totally get it.
So
We've got time for just a couple more. I'm gonna let Cody jump in and ask one more before I do two more questions for you guys.
Ooh.
Oh, we gotta do the
right.
trivia. We gotta do the trivia too. So
Oh,
wait,
yeah,
Cody, hold on.
yeah.
Hold up one
Trivia.
second. Hold up. Do you have Neff? I know Ty has his hot sauce, but Neff, do you have your hot sauce?
Oh shoot, I need to get my hot sauce. I have my hot sauce.
Yeah, go grab it. Oh,
Also, Neff, tell him what we want to do trivia about if he asks.
I have mustards. I have a horseradish mustard and a spicy brown mustard.
dang, that's disgusting, bro. I hate mustard personally.
I don't have hot sauce at this point.
It's
in
cool.
time, but-
We'll go with the horseradish mustard because that sounds like it'd be a little
Are-
spicier.
Are we allowed to use explicit language?
Yeah.
Okay,
My thing is like, it helps me practice not cursing around my kids. I have a 6-year-old
okay.
and a 10-month-old. So like,
I wasn't sure if that was for the comedy because I. Also
But no,
think
you totally
bleeping
can.
is
It's all
so
good.
Funny.
In fact,
I think bleeping is so funny.
I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I think I'm gonna rip the bong too. But the trivia. What movie or TV show have you guys seen more than anything?
You want to go with this one, Neff?
Law and Order SVU.
Oh my goodness. Are you serious?
Dead serious.
All right.
No,
We got on a phone
Okay.
call about
So-
this earlier.
so-
and said this is what we're gonna ask to talk about.
Cody, go ahead and ask your question. I need just a second to find some trivia on it.
All right, guys. So I'm asking this for a couple other people. I saw y'all twice last year here in Ohio.
Oh, where?
The Summit, I believe that was Emo Ween.
Yeah, we love that.
that
place.
was
Oh my
so
gosh,
fun.
yeah, I love that show.
And then I think it was a show in June at Legends.
Oh, at Legends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that with
Yeah.
Rosecrest?
Yes.
That would have been on the Arbor tour.
Yes.
Well, we played there another time, I thought.
We played there June 1st.
Oh,
Yeah, it was Rosecrest.
What a memory.
And
What a memory.
Oh, it was-
Rosecrest,
That's all
Better
that I
Anyway
have.
played.
I'll never forget.
And then I actually realized earlier today, Ty, I think I saw you in 2019 at Ian Baldwin's house.
Yeah, probably at Ian Baldwin's house. Did you live with Ian?
No, I've known Ian for a little over a decade.
Oh, okay. Do you know? Well, never mind. I bet we have a bunch of mutual friends.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You probably did see me at Ian's house.
We're all like,
Fun story about Ian Baldwin and Yellow Fox. So when that was being filmed, it was actually being filmed in my living
yeah.
room over here.
Ian
And,
Baldwin came to that shoot.
Yeah, he came to the shoot, and I was working at the time, and so I came home from my lunch break and, just making sure that everyone had enough beers and shit for the crew. And I walk in my kitchen, and Ian Baldwin is in my fucking kitchen, and I hadn't seen him in 10 years.
you're like, here's a beer, bro.
Yeah, and I was
What's been
just
up?
like, hey, awesome. Can you pass me that Coca-Cola? Yeah.
That's great.
Anyway,
All right, so my question is, what can fans expect when they see you live that sort of sets you aside from anybody else that you're playing with?
first of all, I'm gonna go ahead and say Tim Neff is what they can see that they don't get anywhere else. This is one of my greatest friends that I've had for I don't even know, over a decade now, and he's weird as shit on stage, and there is not a single night that we get off stage that people don't come up and are like, dude, who was that guy in the back that was kind of playing a little bit of everything but just going absolute nuts the whole time? Dude, there was one time we played the Summit Music Hall, and I look back and they had like a chain. They had just hung like a new lighting truss, and there was a chain hanging down from the brand new sound system and lighting, and Neff is swinging on it like he's fucking Tarzan. He's swinging across the stage on this chain.
Yes.
And I look back and I was just like, dude, they just redid this venue. What are you doing? You're gonna put in this whole lighting rig. But
It felt solid. I gave it a good tug, and I was like,
I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
know
not
that.
coming down.
I was just like, dude, I do not want to have to pay for this if this goes seriously wrong. But I would say shit like that regularly from this guy who's always behind me, so I don't always see him. I like to think that I'm going nuts, but I'm also the front man, so I'm trying to play guitar and sing that's on a mic stand and not get too winded and be able to sing properly, but also headbang enough to hopefully look entertaining. And then I don't ever realize that this guy is behind me just going as nuts as possible, who is definitely keeping the show alive. So there's, yeah, Yeah, it's definitely this guy. I wish I could give a cooler answer, like our songs are the most original thing you've ever heard. But it's mainly that you show up to a show and we try to kick ass, and in the background, Neff is just giving you. It's a different show every night, to be honest.
I love it.
Also, like Billy and Kyle are incredible live. Like,
they are, but they don't swing from shit like you.
Well, Kyle's had a drum set. It would be difficult.
That's true.
You can get creative. You can pull it off.
My goals are to do that.
That's funny. I'm gonna try and stump you guys real quick before we let you go.
Can't.
In Law and Order SVU, what is Elliot's wife's name?
Fuck. Shit.
Elliot's wife's name.
Oh,
It's
my
not
God.
Margaret, but I'm going with Margaret because
I was gonna say Patricia.
There's neither one of them. We got him.
Do I have to take a shot of hot sauce?
Enjoy the hot sauce, fellas. This has been a lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and send it out on one more song before we let you go, just in the background playing. Go to sleep. You are full screen. Don't worry. I'm going to join you on the hot sauce. I got some Mount Fuji Magma. Cheers. I really appreciate you doing this. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Driving tonight. Is the
Jesus
sun
Christ.
going down or where has the time gone? I sleep through
The answer, by the way, was Kathy.
I was never gonna get that.
Just saying.
the day, or did you break the clock and not tell anyone?
So good. Please come to California soon so I can have the luxury of seeing you guys live. I would really, really love to see that.
Absolutely.
Well, let me know if you do a little bit in advance so I can get there and bring a small army out to support. But you guys are amazing, man. I hope you have a fantastic day. Hopefully in like 6 or 7 months, maybe we can touch base and do this again and see what's been going on in your guys' world.
Yeah.
Yeah, would love that.
Hell yeah.
I don't think I'll bring horseradish mustard again though.
Go
That
with
felt weird.
You just go with
Right.
the normal traditional hot sauce, but yeah, it's just all by itself. I'm sure that's no good. It's nasty. But ladies and gentlemen, Ty and Neff of Antlerhead.
Give me a hell yeah!
Hell yeah.
Thank you, fellas. This is a lot of fun.
All right,
I'm
thank
gonna
you,
throw this on
Cody.
YouTube. I'll send you the link later tonight.
Word. Wait, you guys.